Hello, everyone. Welcome to this full moon broadcast. I'm actually doing this on February 7th, and we are moving into the full moon energies in Leo. The moon has actually already moved into Leo today, and we will experience a full moon in Leo tomorrow evening around 11:30 specific time. So now remember earlier in the week during our energy report when we were talking about kind of the planets moving through, astrology moving through, we have a lot of planets in fire signs, I believe. We have Venus is in Aries. We have Mars in Sagittarius. We now have the moon in Leo. So all three of our fire signs are pretty covered. Aquarian energies are still moving through. So there's a lot of freedom energies coming through. Different energies. Oh, hi, Kitty. There's different energies moving through about independence and breaking contracts, breaking bonds. And I have just been getting a huge pull to show you guys some of the. Sorry, my cat's messing with my camera. So there's a lot of energies coming through right now about releasing the bonds that we may have created in the past that are deterring us from moving forward, keeping these flowers here, the morning glories, the sunflowers, all the plants and all the seeds that we have planted are not getting enough water and nurturing because we are still worrying about things from the past. Now here, I also have the card that we pulled that was very energetically for this week. It was the Five of Vessels Ecstasy. And so it's all about living in ceremony, living in sacredness, and living in connectivity to all humanity and all your true self, right? Understanding your part in the dance of humanity, understanding your part in this incarnation. And so a lot of the times we get this sense that we are separate from one another, that we are, that people are throwing curses at us, or that people are hurting us, or that people are keeping us back from who we should be. And we blame them for that, or we say, well, it's because they didn't support me. They didn't, they didn't give me what I needed. No, no, no. You didn't allow yourself to receive what you needed. And so by blocking those things from your past, you are actually blocking yourself from moving forward. And so you get stuck in this mentality of victimhood, and you pretty much just kind of, I keep looking at the earth magic card. You get stuck. You get in that earth energy, and there's so much fire energy moving through right now that we're all being reminded. Remember, in the energetic card, we had that card that was bound up. Everything's bound up. You're all tied up in midweek, and then going to the end, it was looking at that decisions to be made, and looking at indecision, and looking at places where you might not have made the right choice for who you are on your path. Because I am a true believer in that what you bind and what you put in a jar, or what you do, some of those old modes and mentalities of doing magic and working with curses and hexes and releases and things like that, that they're teaching us that we bind each other in turn. And yet, if we are everyone, if we are all connected, then we bind ourselves. We bind our own spirits. We bind our own energies. And so today I'm giving you a exercise that is going to be very healing for this full moon energy. I want you to perform this on the full moon to help you release some of those old things. And what I've done is I have here 3 strands of black thread that are tied together at the top. And so we're just going to do an old traditional thing that I think my mom might have taught me this in a way, or even my grandmother, someone like that. It's a very old recipe, I guess you could say. But what I'm going to do is just braid these strands like I was braiding hair. And as I do, I am basically filling this string with the intent that I am allowing the black thread to absorb all of the people that have harmed me, just saying their names to myself, to their head, all the people that I have harmed in turn that may be keeping me back, all of the self-harming thoughts of, I'm not good enough. I can't possibly deserve abundance. I can't possibly deserve gratitude. All those negative entrapment thoughts, braiding them into the string. So as I'm saying these things to myself, I am braiding the string, okay? You can see the braids there. So this is going to make a rope of all of our insecurities, all of our past mistakes, because right now, with these fiery energies, we are allowed the chance to transmute our past, okay? Because think of a wildfire. Sometimes you've got to burn away all that brush. Sometimes you've got to burn away all of that old growth to allow room for new seeds to be planted. So you may be having all these beautiful ideas and these beautiful things, but you're so caught up on the past stuff, past failures, that it's keeping you from ever launching into the future. And so you can do a ritual like this on this beautiful full moon energy in Leo, where you allow the fire to transform those old broken bonds. You allow and control this fire. It's a controlled burn. It's not wild and crazy. It's an easily controlled burn that you allow to come into your life to cleanse and heal. A lot of earth signs, a lot of water signs might be a little adverse to this. So if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. If it does not resonate with you, that is fine. You might find a better option in maybe writing down your issues of the past and releasing them to fire. For me, I find working with my hands, sitting here, braiding this string over and over, and just, giving it my old past self, giving it my doubts, giving it my fears, giving it, moments whenever I lost my temper, whenever I wasn't perfect, because none of us are perfect. We all like to say love and light, but we know that that is just one side of life. The other side of life is the darkness, the distraction, the parts that illustrate our areas where we need to work on and grow and lessons. And sometimes I feel like we just get stuck in that class, repeating that same lesson over and over and over again. And sometimes that stems from perhaps you weren't able to forgive the people that raised you. You weren't able to forgive your parents from the beginning, or maybe your siblings or your family. Maybe you feel like I just didn't get, I wasn't dealt the best hand in this life. And so I can't ever have the things that other people have. And I feel, held back by that. But that's not true. That's not true at all. Some of the most successful people had some of the hardest lives at first. And it was them transforming, regrowing, transmuting dark energies, giving away their dark energies and saying, you know what, that isn't for me. That might be my foundation, but that I'm going to use to bury seeds in. I'm going to let it transform into something else. So as you get the full thing braided, okay, so you have put all of your negativity, your fears, your anxieties into this cord, right? So for this full moon energy in Leo, we're using the transformational energies of fire, the healing, transmuting, rebirth of fire, the phoenix energy, the celebratory energy of saying, give it to the fire, give it to the dance, give it away, right? Don't hold on to it. It's keeping you from growing these seeds. You're so busy worrying about what could have been that you're not able to see what is and what will be. So it's time now to take your string and ask the cleansing fires of Leo energy under this full moon today. Well, whenever it happens on the 8th, I'm just doing this preemptively so you can know kind of what to do for your full moon rituals. You braid your string, giving it all of your negativity, giving it all of your anger, giving it all of your fear, and then you say, fire, fire. I ask that you cleanse and release this negativity in my life. Break the bonds that I might use it to grow into a better self. Hold it over the fire, and voila, the chain is broken. It's no longer yours. I set that in a fireproof bowl there. And take that string and then bury it under the full moon, under the full moon's light. Bury it so that it can grow into something new and be transformed in earth energies, okay? Because everything that is burned turns to ash, right? So from dust to dust, it returns. All carbon-based life forms return back to carbon-based life forms. We're all connected. We are all a part of this plan. And so we have to release some of those old curses, blocks, and things that we might have done unintentionally to others and even to ourselves, or maybe intentionally. Perhaps you went through a dark period where you bound people, or you hexed people, or you hurt people. Letting go of that is going to help you sail forward in your life, okay? So use the flame to burn those chains. Break through the chains. The energy of this full moon in Leo and all the other planets moving in, fiery signs of Aries and Sagittarius, they're all about burning away your old limiting beliefs. Okay, because I'm seeing people saying that these energies are going to be tough, they're going to be hard, they're going to have you so stressed out. And yeah, they will if you continue to hold on to these old limiting beliefs. If you do not choose to evolve into love and into connectedness and into integration, you are going to have a hard time. But this ritual, this ceremony that we're doing in our kitchen today is a wonderful way to take one small step forward and say, I will not be held back by those energies. I will not be held back by my old self. I will not be held back by my own limiting beliefs. Yeah, my kitty agrees with me. Don't hold back with your limiting beliefs. And just remember to put on the crown today. Put on the crown during this energies. And for some of us, I'm a Leo. For me in this full moon, it's all about me taking off my crown and saying, you know what? I'm not perfect. I mess up. I hold grudges. I hold regrets. And it's letting go of those and showing people that I'm authentic behind the mask as well. That I have issues I have to work through. That I have things I have to release. And so when you walk in authenticity, you actually walk in your power. And that's a beautiful thing to remember. And that as I'm being nuzzled by my kitty here, that he's just reminding me, that I love you. Even if you think no one cares about you, even if you think everyone has forgotten you or isn't listening to you, or you're sharing a message that no one wants to hear, say it anyways. There's always someone who needs to hear it. So be bold, be brave, and have the courage to be you. Have the courage to own your darkness and release it and give it to the earth, give it to the fire, give it to other elements to transform into beautiful nourishment for the seeds that you want to plant and for the future that you want to have. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Many blessings and love. I love you all, and enjoy this full moon in Leo. Allow yourself a chance to roar. Allow yourself a chance to let go of your sorrows at this time. You don't need them going forward. It's going to be so much brighter and so much lighter in your future. Blessings, everyone. Enjoy.